What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today's Monday, January 5th. Now in today's video, I want to share with you why Dog Bitcoin is going to lead the memecoin season. Now there are a couple metrics that I'm going to share with you from CryptoQuant and also Sentiment that share with you that memecoins are actually starting their rally back into the mainstream. And since you've seen Dog over the weekend perform quite well, climbing the rankings, where is Dog right now in terms of charting analysis? Because we have seen actually some pullback within the recent price of Dog. Well, let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X. Please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or emails. Please be careful and invest safely. Guys and girls, let's get right into it. So as you can see, Dog right now is at around a ranking of 192. The price of Dog in terms of market cap is 143 million, still up 6.97% over the past 24 hours. Now you may have noticed that there was this massive dip within Dog Bitcoin's price. Well, guess what? I can tell you that that was actually Gate.io. So as you can see from the specific screen video shot that I've actually shared as of yesterday, you can see that with this recent dip, there's actually a lot of massive selling pressure on this specific exchange. Now, Gate may not be responsible, but the market makers that work with Gate may be responsible. And the market makers that suppress everything down can also push the price back up. So mainly these market makers, what they're focusing on doing is liquidating the long traders. Yes, when people are very bullish and they sense that Dog is going to go up, they're going to start placing leverage trades, such as long positions, thinking that the Dog price is going to go up. The market makers see this and they decide, you know what, I want to liquidate these people. Now, understand this, there's not a lot of leverage traders that are betting a lot on Dog right now. So that's why you're not seeing a massive dip. But nonetheless, I just want to share with you that there is going to be a lot of volatility. You will experience pullbacks when there's a major pump within Dog's price. These pullbacks are absolutely necessary. But let's talk about the macro news just really quickly. Look at Bitcoin's price. It's actually up around 93 and up as of this morning, 94,000 US dollars. Now, what I believe is that Bitcoin could revisit the 50-week moving average line, which means that Bitcoin could hit around 100,000 possibly by Q1 of this year. So by the end of Q1, we could see that price, but maybe we can actually experience another lower high, meaning that the Bitcoin price may be going down, or maybe not. Maybe it is that the 4-year cycle is over and that we are going to see an altcoin season. And I'll share with you a little bit more data about that. Because if you've noticed, when you pay attention to Bitcoin dominance did take a slight dip, but we actually noticed that all these other meme coins are actually the first movers. Now let's focus on those meme coins. So as you can see, just within the past 24 hours, even though we had a really bullish weekend, there is a little bit of retracement in the past 24 hours with some of the meme coins. You can see that Pepe is down 3%, Dogecoin down 1.3%, Floki not even up 1%, SPX down 6%, Pudgy Penguins down 2.8%, we got Fartcoin up 3%, ApeCoin not even 1%. Then there's the Bread token, which is, I believe, is on base, down around close to 6%. When you go over to Dog Bitcoin is up 6%. In fact, this is the highest gainer in the top 20 meme coins. Just think about that. It is the top gainer within the top blue chip meme coins. And this is it right here when you compare Dog to these other meme coins, especially when you compare Dog on Kraken with these other meme coins on Gemini. Remember, a lot of these other meme coins aren't just listed on Gemini. They're listed on multiple tier 1 exchanges. Dog is only listed on one, and that is Kraken. This is the power of decentralization. But also what's great about Dog is that we don't have any market makers and we don't pay market makers. So that's why you don't see a lot of volume, meaning like Dog may not have like multi-millions, meaning like 10 or $20 million of trading volume, but that's okay because that's actually artificial trading volume. That's what we're seeing happening over here. Because trading volume can also be buy, but also sell orders, right? So if you think about it, Dog is the most organic trading volume compared to these artificial trading volumes. Because that's why I stand with Dog. Even Lark Davis is starting to notice that meme coins are coming out as the top performers of this year so far. Who saw that coming? Well, us at the Dog Army absolutely saw that. Because eventually, when meme coin season does begin, Dog is going to lead that. It's not going to be these other testnet meme coins on these other testnet chains that have already been around, like I said before, oversaturated. They've been burnt out. Their communities are kind of done with it. The only people that are really buying these specific meme coins, the testnets, are whales, market makers, and also the 1%. This is not retail. Retail is still skeptical of buying these meme coins. And I just want to share with you that Cointelegraph did share a little image from Sentiment. Now, if you look right over here, dog is actually featured. Now, the reason I think this is actually important is because they actually recognize the blue chip meme coins. So you can see that there's Pepe, Bonk, Floki, Mog, and Useless. I do not like Useless, by the way. I think that's a scammer coin. And then there's Dog. Now, what's amazing is that they consider Dog to be worthy of your attention because they could have reported any other meme coin, such as this one over here, whatever that is, and this one over here, but they don't. They decided to report on Dog, which is very important. That just gives you some sign that soon people are going to catch on to this, but maybe the 99% are going to catch on slowly. But because you're the 1%, you understand that you're doing the research right now. But let's also focus on what CryptoQuant shared. This is meme coin dominance in altcoin markets. Now, what have you noticed right over here? Well, apparently the meme coins are rising from the dead. And Dark Frost says the last time this level was reached, it preceded the launch of a massive meme coin season. So what does that actually mean? So as you can see, we're at this level within this kind of like red box. And now we're kind of replicating what we're seeing over here. Remember, this is when the Trump token came out, which was December of 2024. And then we had meme coin dominance fall, which led into a bear market, not just for meme coins, but for every other altcoin. And then we saw a bottom, which matches kind of like what we saw back over here in February of 2024. So we could be seeing the exact same replica of a meme coin season rally. And what do you think is going to lead that? It's going to be Dog Bitcoin. And I just want to share something really quick that Dan brought up, and that Dog has actually gained around 60% over the week just within the past few days. So that pretty much erased 2 months of downside. And just imagine what will happen for the next week. It could erase months of downside. That's why I think you should really pay attention really early on what Dog's trying to do, which I'll cover in the charting analysis in just a little bit. But before I get there, I want to share with you something about Arjun Sethi, the CEO of Kraken. He says, "I want to live in a country where our political leaders tell the truth. Basic first principle truth." Now, he was actually kind of covering what Rokana was saying. Then we had a dog holder and advocate. He said, or aka Crypto Godz said, "Arjun Sethi, unfortunately, we will never know these truths. History erased, secrets are held, agendas are pushed. This is their world." Arjun Sethi says, "That's why Bitcoin and communities like Dog will matter. Decentralized power." That's really powerful if you think about that. And if Arjun Sethi sees these early signals, but not only that, sees the power that Dog aligns with Bitcoin's decentralization, this is why Dog stands to be the test of time of the meme coin of all meme coins, especially passing all these other legacy meme coins such as Bonk, Floki, Shiba Inu, even Dogecoin, and all these other VC-backed tokens like Pengu. So as you can see, we have this red candle, which is a pullback. That's absolutely necessary. In fact, I would not be surprised if this red candle decided to pull back even further, maybe in the 130 million market cap. And that's okay with me. I would actually want to see that happen so we can see the next leg up. Hopefully we can get to around 200 million market cap before January 26. Now, what have I noticed within the MACD? Check this out. So the blue line right now is in the buyer's market, but not the orange line. The orange line is lagging. Now, the reason I think this is really important is because where this tippy top of this blue line is kind of replicates something that we saw in the past. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it could look something like this, where it was actually this high in terms of the blue line. Now, notice that when the dog price did get over to the buyer's market, it went right back into the seller's market. So what happened to the dog price when that actually occurred? Well, as you can see here, when this exactly occurred was when this price of dog did go up and have a rally just short term to 520 million market cap, only descending down. But here's the difference. This is not a seller's market. This is bull market control happening right now. We could see something very similar to this where the dog price does reach way into dominance. Now remember, this isn't the top right here. It could reach this level right over here, this level over here, even this level over here, where basically this was the very first rally that we ever saw for dog. And obviously we could see that happen within the dog price being reflected. And what's really good is that the dog price is sustaining above the 50-day and 20-day moving average. In fact, they're about to cross over pretty soon. Even when I switch to the moving average from 50-day, 200-day, this is the 50-day, this is the 200-day. Have you noticed that the 50-day is doing exactly what I wanted it to do? It's curving. It's finally curving as we speak. Once it curves, you'll start to see that this is going to start to slide along with the 50-day moving average and the 200-day, and they end up crossing up some certain point. I don't know if it's going to happen by January 26th, but again, Q1 of 2026 is what we have to focus on. Because once that golden cross does happen, especially at these lows, it could be very positive. But I would not be surprised if we ended up having weakening selling pressure kind of pulling us back down before we go back up. but you never know. Let's just keep in mind what can happen. Let's be open-minded and let's not get caught up in the emotions. Now, as a conclusion, you know I'm very bullish on dog. You saw that in the metrics. Meme coin season is having a comeback. Meme coin seasons are the first movers across the entire crypto market. Meme coin seasons are not even at $100 billion market cap in total. It's at $54 billion market cap in total. We still have $50 billion of money and liquidity to capture that could return back into meme coins. And what do you think is going to happen to dog when that does happen? At 142 million market cap, it's not going to be here. It's not going to be at 500. It's not going to be at 1 billion. It's going to go much higher. And that's all I can say. And this is just my perspective. But I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. What you think is going to happen to the dog price the next coming week, or even 2 weeks for that matter. And I cannot wait to read them. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X to receive all of our alpha calls and updates regarding Dog of the Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.